The Philippines, a nation of over 7,600 islands, stretches across the Pacific like a string of emerald jewels. Its unique geography presents both challenges and opportunities when it comes to powering its homes, businesses, and industries. Yet, in recent years, the country is quietly transforming its energy landscape, moving away from a heavy reliance on imported fossil fuels and toward a future increasingly powered by renewables. This shift is not just about technology, but about securing energy independence and a cleaner environment for future generations. For decades, the Philippines was vulnerable to global oil price swings, which often led to economic instability and uncertainty. But now, through strategic planning and bold policy shifts, the nation is rewriting its energy story. The government has set ambitious goals, boosting renewables to 35% of its power mix by 2030 and reaching 50% by 2040. These targets are especially significant for a rapidly growing nation with rising energy needs. Achieving these goals means tapping into the island's abundant natural resources: geothermal steam from volcanic earth, strong coastal winds, and plentiful sunlight. These resources can power both bustling cities and the most remote communities, bringing electricity to places that once relied on diesel generators. With energy demand expected to quadruple by 2040, this transition is not just a choice, but an urgent necessity to ensure reliable and affordable power for all Filipinos. The Philippines is now making tough but forward-thinking choices, drawing international attention as it pivots to a more sustainable and resilient energy future. Global investors and partners are taking notice, eager to support this transformation. Positioned within Asia's energy-hungry landscape, the country is emerging as a model for how middle-income nations can leapfrog traditional development paths and embrace clean energy solutions. This quiet revolution, unfolding one solar panel and wind turbine at a time, has the potential to reshape not just the Philippines, but the entire energy dynamic of Southeast Asia, inspiring others to follow suit. Long before solar and wind took center stage in the global energy conversation, the Philippines had already established itself as a pioneer and global leader in geothermal energy. This early commitment to renewables set the stage for the country's unique energy landscape, and it's a story that began decades ago. The nation's remarkable geothermal potential is thanks to its strategic location on the Pacific Ring of Fire, a region rich in volcanic activity and underground heat. This geothermal expertise has provided stable, round-the-clock power for decades, making the country second only to the US in geothermal production. The reliability of this energy source has been crucial for both urban centers and rural communities. Iconic fields like Tiwi and Macbon have not only powered millions of homes, but also cultivated a highly skilled workforce. Engineers, technicians, and scientists ready to expand into new renewable frontiers as technology evolves. Hydropower, too, has been a cornerstone of the nation's energy mix, with major dams like Magat and Agus providing affordable, reliable electricity and supporting economic development across regions. While building new megadams is less feasible today due to environmental and social concerns, upgrading existing facilities and developing smaller community-based hydro projects remains a promising path forward. This legacy of geothermal and hydro is more than just history. It's a strategic advantage, giving the Philippines credibility with investors, international partners, and a valuable head start in the race to expand renewables. The country isn't starting from scratch. It's building on decades of hard-earned experience, technical know-how, and infrastructure to leap confidently into the era of solar and wind power. This strong foundation is now propelling the next phase of the energy transition, positioning the Philippines as a regional leader in sustainable energy for years to come. The future of Philippine energy is now being shaped by the sun and wind. With high solar irradiance and natural wind corridors, the country is rapidly expanding its solar and wind capacity. Solar farms are rising in Negros, Cebu, and central Luzon, feeding clean power into the grid, while rooftop solar is empowering consumers everywhere. Wind power, once a novelty in Benguet Bay, is now a booming industry, with new farms in Rizal and Guimaras. The government has identified vast areas for wind development, and offshore wind potential could theoretically power the country many times over. Integrating these renewables requires grid modernization and storage solutions, but the Philippines is tackling these challenges head-on. This diversification is making the energy system smarter, more flexible, and more resilient. The real test and opportunity lies in how the country manages this new frontier. Policy has been the engine behind the Philippines' energy revolution. The Renewable Energy Act of 2008 laid the groundwork, introducing incentives like the feed-in tariff and renewable portfolio standard to attract investment and guarantee markets for clean power. Recent reforms, including lifting foreign ownership caps on renewables, have opened the floodgates for global investors. Streamlined permitting through the Energy Virtual One-Stop Shop is cutting red tape and accelerating project development. By combining long-term vision with decisive action, policymakers have created a robust framework for growth. This policy momentum is propelling the country toward its clean energy goals. The Philippines is now seen as one of Southeast Asia's most attractive renewable energy markets. The road to a renewable future needs a reliable bridge. Enter liquefied natural gas, or LNG. As the world races to cut carbon emissions, LNG is emerging as a vital transitional fuel, offering both flexibility and reliability to energy systems in flux. With the Malampaya gas field depleting, LNG is filling the gap, ensuring grid stability as renewables scale up. This shift is crucial for keeping the lights on and industries running while the country invests in cleaner sources. LNG plants are cleaner than coal and can quickly ramp up or down, making them ideal partners for intermittent solar and wind. Their ability to respond to sudden changes in demand or supply helps prevent blackouts and supports a smoother integration of renewables. New LNG import terminals, like those in Batangas Bay, are coming online, representing billions in investment and securing the energy transition. These facilities are not just infrastructure, they're a sign of commitment to a balanced, forward-looking energy mix. This pragmatic approach, shifting from coal to gas, then to renewables, balances environmental goals with economic realities. It allows for a gradual, manageable shift that protects jobs and keeps energy affordable. LNG is not the final destination, but it's a crucial step in the journey. It buys time for renewables to scale up and for new technologies to mature. It allows the Philippines to reduce coal dependence while building out renewable infrastructure. This transition is essential for meeting climate targets and ensuring long-term energy security. The strategy is clear. Use LNG as a flexible platform to enable a massive build-out of renewables. By leveraging LNG's strengths, the country can accelerate the shift to clean energy without sacrificing reliability. This two-step approach is positioning the country for a cleaner, more secure energy future, one where economic growth and environmental stewardship go hand in hand, paving the way for generations to come. The Philippines' energy transition demands massive investment, and the world is taking notice. Allowing 100% foreign ownership in renewables has attracted global energy giants, development banks, and private equity funds. International firms are now leading major solar and offshore wind projects, bringing capital, technology, and best practices. Institutions like the Asian Development Bank and World Bank are providing financing and technical support, accelerating coal plant retirements and clean energy growth. This influx of foreign capital is creating jobs, lowering electricity prices, and raising industry standards. The presence of global players validates the country's strategy and boosts investor confidence. The Philippines is now seen as a credible contender for energy leadership in the region. The momentum is building, and the world is betting on the archipelago's clean energy future. The Philippines' energy journey stands out in Asia's diverse landscape. Unlike resource-rich neighbors, the country's reliance on imports has driven it to innovate and aggressively pursue renewables. Its share of renewables in the energy mix is already ahead of many ASEAN countries, thanks to its geothermal and hydro base. While others play catch-up, the Philippines is targeting 50% renewables by 2040, a fundamental transformation, not just incremental change. This positions the country as a model for other import-dependent nations seeking energy security and sustainability. As the ASEAN grid becomes more interconnected, the Philippines could one day export clean power, especially from its vast offshore wind resources. The country's energy story is now part of Asia's collective future. The archipelago is moving from energy importer to potential regional exporter. The West Philippine Sea is a high-stakes variable in the country's energy equation. Believed to hold vast oil and gas reserves, the area is locked in geopolitical disputes, making resource development risky and uncertain. This stalemate has pushed the Philippines to focus on renewables within its own territory, resources that are secure and uncontested. The shift to green energy is now also about national sovereignty and strategic independence. By developing domestic renewables, the country reduces vulnerability to global fuel markets and regional tensions. The turbines and solar panels are more than infrastructure, they're symbols of self-reliance. The quest for energy leadership is now intertwined with the nation's broader pursuit of autonomy. The Philippines is quietly rewriting its energy destiny through a multifaceted strategy. Built on geothermal and hydro expertise, supercharged by solar and wind, and enabled by bold policy, the country is charting a pragmatic path forward. LNG serves as a critical bridge, while foreign investment and technology accelerate the transition. Geopolitical challenges have only strengthened the case for renewables and energy independence. The result, a cleaner, more secure, and increasingly homegrown energy system. The foundation is set, but challenges remain in grid modernization and execution. As the world pivots to a post-fossil fuel era, could the Philippines become a new energy powerhouse in Asia?